The superstar jockey Damien Oliver is about to retire before he puts me out of a job working for Ladbrokes. Is he the greatest hoop of all time?
Can't compare D. Oliver with Roy. I grew up with Roy Higgins as being my idol and the greatest jockey that I thought I'd ever seen. You know, maybe it was Mick Dittman. Maybe it was Brent Thompson for those 4 or 5 years. Maybe it's Ollie.
I've never seen a better jockey than Damien Oliver.
Haven't you?
His best is absolutely elite.
Why is that?
And he's done it for so very long. He does it on the big stage. He does it in sprint races. He does it under pressure. He does it over the Stain trip as well. He's so versatile. He's been through so much. He's always come through it well. I think he's a superstar, and I call him the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Oh, you say that, but look what, Ollie's 128 Group 1s. Ollie's 50, going on 51. How old's J-Mac? Where's he going to be in 20 years' time?
He might be right up there with Ollie.
He's ridden winners at Royal Ascot. I've saw him in the flesh ride a magnificent race at Royal Ascot in some 30-horse field. That's why it's impossible to compare these blokes.
But there's every chance by the end of his career we'll have McDonald in the greatest of all time conversation.
Well, have the conversation, but you can't make a definitive answer.
There's no right or wrong answer, Turf. It's just opinion. You're allowed to have one. Stop sitting on the fence.
I don't like your opinion. Anyway, I think Ollie probably is.
There. Dr. Turf, we know you think about one thing and one thing only when looking at horses, and that's how you can back them on the punt. With this question, you get your chance, because Giga Kick and I Wish I Win, basically the top two in the market for the Everest, if you could own one of them, which one would it be? I would rather own I Wish I Win.
Why?
I think more versatile, can race over more distances,
How do you
and I think has more upside going forward.
How do you know Giga Kick, who is the winner of the all-aged, is he, Giga Kick?
Yes.
How do you know he won't get a mile?
Well, I don't know he won't, but
get
I've
2,000?
seen I Wish I Win do it already.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have a horse that I've seen do something and I know can do it, as opposed to a horse that might be able to do it.
Which horse has got the bigger upside?
I Wish I Win.
You want me to have an opinion?
Well, I don't know if you've got one.
Well, you know I don't like comparing horses.
Oh,
And I
what
don't-
do you
I-
like? What do you like, Turpy?
Back in winners. You know what? When it comes to my punting, I wish I win.
There we go. You've agreed with me again. Can an Aussie win the Ladbrokes Cox Plate?
Well, it's difficult because there's so many internationals that are in the race.
Okay.
I think Australians can win the race.
Which horse
Why'd you do it?
from this great nation do you think can win the Ladbrokes Cox Plate?
Well, one of the interesting questions is Mr. Brightside for me, who
Is a New Zealander. He was fifth at Matamata on debut,
he was. What's that got to do with anything?
so he's not Australian.
Has he got an Australian passport? Is he a naturalised Australian racehorse? Of course he is. I think Mr.
Crowder's House, Pavlova, Russell Crowe.
Mr. Brightside, I think he's a better horse this year.
There's no doubt. Another horse I'm infatuated with, and even more so after a brilliant performance at Flemington recently, is Amelia's Jewel. Can she win the Cox Plate?
Scrawny little thing she is too. I mean, you wouldn't back her on looks, would you?
No.
Look at her.
She's petite.
You know, it's like yourself, you know, the bouffons and everything, but it all adds up to nothing. She, on the other hand, is a scrawny, small sort of man.
So you've just compared Amelia's Jewel to my hair, which is the greatest compliment you can give her.
Can she win? Yeah, she can win. She's a star. Anyway, why me? What's your opinion?
Well, I'll go with no, because I've got a lot more winning chances there. Because as I've said, Mr. Brightside, I mean, he's a Kiwi, so we're not going to claim the New Zealanders. So Amelia's Jewel's probably our only genuine live winning Australian chance.
Okay, well, I'm going with yes. We'll see who's right in a month's time.
What is your bold prediction for the Melbourne Spring Carnival?
It's not only my bold prediction, Dr. Quinn, but it's my fear as well.
Ooh.
I think 2 horses will single out at the furlong and go head to head, nose to nose for the final 2 furlongs. Heads up, heads down. Both jockeys urging, flailing, hitting them. There will be a short half head margin and one horse will be disqualified for excessive whipping.
Oh,
Job. It could happen.
It's Melbourne Cup.
It could happen.
Millions and drifting.
What do you got? What do you give us a bold prediction?
The Caulfield Cup,
Yes.
the Cox Plate,
Yes.
and the Melbourne Cup,
All won by the same horse?
all heading overseas. All 3 of them gone. Okita Sushi, get in early to avoid disappointment, Turfy. I know you love your pre-post betting. This galloper won very impressively at Ascot 2 starts ago, down in the weights nicely. I think this horse will win the Caulfield Cup.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.